On a related note, I'm Ilana Dunn.
On a related note, this is a song that we wrote. Now let's get to the podcast.
You're listening to On a Related Note, where the world's most interesting people play a series of ridiculous games in order to uncover a secret code word. I'm Chris Dalriva.
And I'm John Franklin.
And who are we here with today, John?
We are here with actually a friend of mine, somebody who has one of the most successful dating podcasts out there, podcast that I've been on, Ilanna Dunn. Ilana, thanks for stopping by. Are you excited?
Well, I'm excited now that I know that I'm one of the most interesting people in the world.
That's true.
I didn't know that when I woke up this morning. So now I feel like my life has changed already.
Welcome to the club, because Chris wrote that himself. That is totally on him. But we are happy to have you here. Just to go from the top here, Ilana, you have a really interesting background in both dating content and just dating in general. Why don't you tell the people a little elevator pitch of who you are?
Yeah, so I am 28 years old. I live in New York City with my boyfriend of almost 2 years and our dog Barkley. And I ended up in the dating space kind of accidentally. I really aspired to work in the music business throughout college, and I left college, worked at a major label, and was dating a series of guys who all happened to also work in music. And through both of these things, I ended up getting really burnt out and pretty depressed with both my dating life and my career. And I ended up in a really bad relationship where when it ended, I felt like I was at rock bottom. And I also was really unhappy with where I was in my career. And I realized I got into music because I wanted to help people. And that wasn't happening there. And it wasn't going to for a very long time and at a very off chance. And so I ended up finding this job at Hinge where I was able to put all of my skills and apply them to dating. And I was like, wow, if I could help any single person not be, this is a really long elevator. We're stopping at a lot of floors.
That's fine. We're stopping at a lot of floors. What exactly did you do at Hinge for those that don't know?
So I was their video and content producer. And then by the time I left, I was their lead content creator. But
That's
I was
crazy.
Running their social media. I created all their video content, started a podcast for them. And my job was really helping people feel less alone in their dating experiences and helping them just have better dating journeys on the apps and off the apps. And I started a podcast for Hinge called Dating Sucks. And that was really a changing moment for me where I realized this is what I love to do.
Right.
And so I've just realized the more I've opened up about my dating struggles, the more I've invited other people on to open up about theirs. It's just, that's really what helps people the most. And so I've been hosting the podcast, Seeing Other People for 2 years now, which is wild. And I love it so much.
Yeah, it was one of the coolest podcasts I've been on. I think it's just a very candid, genuine conversation that you have. And you tend to have experts as well as just normal people, which I think is a really interesting balance that you continue to have as you host that show.
When John was on, did he fall into the expert category or the regular person category?
So it's tough because there are people like John who are kind of a little bit of both. They're a little bit of everything.
Wow.
Where... I mean, well, you're not a therapist. You're not a life coach type of person. You're not a sex educator. It is really tough because there are different types of experts that I bring on. And then there are my listeners who come on anonymously. You're in this category that probably makes up 40% of my guests, where you're neither a specific subject matter expert or a normal person, but you are a really awesome, interesting person that has a lot to say.
Wow.
That I want to hear and share what you have to say.
I sort of
that, Chris?
regret this question a
You hear
little
that?
bit.
You hear that, Chris?
The praise being rained down.
So before we get into the game, I do have to ask, what is when you look at the show you have now, right? You're 2 years into having it, and it's everything for you, right? It's what you do. How do you kind of convey that to other people as you had the corporate job, you worked in the job that you thought you wanted to have, and now you're doing everything for yourself by yourself? That's super impressive. How do you convey to other people, this is what I do, and it's not maybe what you should be doing, but this is the journey I've been on?
I try and tell people that through a lot of different experiences, I had many dream jobs, and I learned that there is no such thing as a dream job. It's the work you're doing, how you feel about it, and the people that you get to do it with. And so from those other jobs, I was able to take away here's what I'm passionate about. Here's what makes me feel really good and really fulfilled. And guess what? I can do all of this on my own. And so for me, it was really a matter of figuring out what I'm good at, learning the skills I needed to learn, and then saying, no, I'm not going to have anybody hold me back anymore. I'm not going to, have this vision, have this thing I want to do that I know will make a positive impact, and then be told no because 20 people have to approve it and they don't want to, or it doesn't fit in with what their plans are for the quarter. And so for me, it was really just a matter of figuring this out and deciding how badly I wanted to do it, where I wasn't going to let anything stop me.
Well, that's great to hear. And I know we're going to get more into this as we go along, but we want to jump into our first game. Before we do that, we talked about this a little bit before. We turned the cameras on, turned the microphones on. But the way this works is you're going to play a series of games to try to identify a code word. Today's code word is a person. This person could be real or fictional. And as you play these games, you're going to get some hints along the way about who this person is. We've given you a notebook. We call it our guest book. You can take notes about things you're learning along the way. So then by the end, you can make your guess. And John, will you tell Ilana what her prize is?
Ilana,
there's a prize?
Congratulations on the opportunity to play for a 2021 sexy calendar of me that only contains 8 months out of the year.
Shut the fuck up.
It's absolutely true. Now here's the thing: you can't. It's not yours yet.
I want to see.
It's not yours yet.
I can
now
look, but I can't touch.
You can look later. Now here's how this works. If you win the game, you get the calendar. If you lose the game, you get to sign the calendar, and we give it to the next person who wins the game.
Wow. Has anybody won yet?
Everybody who has played the game has won so far. So there's a strong chance you're going home with the calendar.
What did they go home with?
Alyssa went home with a colon cleanse, and Tommy went home with a bottle of wine called Fat Bastard. I'd like
Those
to say
both sound great. I think this is the best prize.
This is the best prize on the table. It's literally on the table.
No pressure.
Chris, why don't you get us into our first game?
Our first game is called In Your Own Words.
Can I ask a question first?
Yes.
Sure.
Is this a real person or a fictional person?
We can't give you that information.
Okay.
It can be either one.
Okay.
It is a person. It is a person.
We want you to win the game.
We do. We are not trying to trip you up.
Yeah, we're not trying to trip you up. So our first game is called In Your Own Words. John, why don't you give us a word from our sponsors?
Sure, Chris. In Your Own Words is brought to you by Clear Eyes. Clear Eyes. Do you have glasses when you drive? And do they fog up in the winter? Well, Clear Eyes is the first mini defroster that clips onto the bottom of your glasses. Get 25% off with promo code John and Chris to clear your peepers with Clear Eyes.
Thanks, John. So our first game, In Your Own Words, the way it works is we did some internet stalking of you, and we went through some of your old tweets, and we are going to read some of these tweets to you with some missing words.
Please don't.
And you have to figure out what words were missing. There will be 4 choices, though.
How far back did you go?
Far.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
not that.
No, it's only been a couple of years. It's only a
Okay.
couple of years.
Okay, so I will start. Are you ready? I should ask first.
I bring it on.
On a related note, let's get to the game.
This was from October 30th, 2019. A music festival, but instead of musicians, the lineup is everyone I've had a crush on, and the headliner is blank. Your 4 choices are A.
Therapist.
Okay, we don't even have to give you the choices. Now, any context on what was going on there? Were you okay?
Probably not. I think I remember that tweet because I thought that tweet was hilarious.
Yeah, that's always how it goes.
I thought it was a really clever, great tweet. And I feel like it's everybody's worst nightmare. But you could learn a lot from it.
You could certainly.
Yeah, you absolutely could.
All right, John, why don't you go to number 2?
All right, number 2. Ilana, on December 6th, 2019, you tweeted, blank, blank, and blank all have songs out today in the top 10 on NMF.
That's New Music Friday.
New Music Friday. Like, is this dramatic and awkward for them, or what? 3 question marks. Here are your possible options. Is it A, Harry Styles, Niall Horan, and Liam Payne? B, Jeremy Zucker, Chelsea Cutler, and Justin Bieber? C, Lady Gaga, Selena Gomez, and Demi Lovato? Or D, Olivia Rodrigo, Harry Styles, and Taylor Swift?
I mean, I wish Olivia Rodrigo was giving us music back then, but no, definitely A.
Definitely A, Harry Styles, Niall Horan, Liam Payne. She would be correct.
Those were all members of One Direction, and we are going to play you a little clip of a
Sounds pretty awkward.
One Direction.
Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed.
So are you a big One Direction fan?
You know, I was never a Directioner.
A directioneer, as they say.
Is it?
No, I don't
Direction
know.
Ear.
I have no idea.
But I do love their music. Like, I love their music. Do I know every song? No. Did I ever see them in concert? No. But big fan.
Is Harry your favorite solo?
I don't really have a
Oh,
favorite.
okay.
It can't be Liam Payne, though, for the dance. It can't. He's not allowed to be anybody's favorite. I don't care what the other ones are.
All right, so number 3, January 26, 2021. Is blank the best song ever made? Probably not. Is blank the only song I want to listen to ever again? Yes. Your choices are A, As It Was by Harry Styles, B, I Like Me Better by Lauv. Is that how you say it?
I think so. Lauv.
Loud.
C, Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo,
Done.
and D, Lover by Taylor Swift.
See.
She knows her own Twitter.
Yeah, you know yourself. Here's a little clip of Driver's License.
And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
I will say that when I first heard Driver's License, I felt the same way.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so...
I failed my first try. No, I didn't.
I did.
I didn't.
Oh, really?
We
I
actually...
I
Go ahead.
got through the parallel park. I got through the 3-point turn, and I was so excited about those things that I completely blew a stop sign.
Oh, no.
Didn't see it. It wasn't there.
That's
I think that's supposed to be
horrible.
the easiest part, too.
It was.
All right, John, you want to
All right,
hit the next one?
here we go. October 23rd, 2019, Ilana, you tweeted, I'm convinced that blank entered my brain and took out all of my thoughts and feelings and turned it into hashtag blank. Is it A, Selena Gomez and hashtag lose you to love me? Is it B, Nick Jonas and hashtag jealous? Is it C, Justin Bieber and hashtag love yourself? Or D, Lady Gaga and hashtag million reasons? Ooh, she's thinking about this one.
I don't know. Can you repeat the question?
I can repeat the tweet. I'm convinced that blank entered my brain and took out all of my thoughts and feelings and turned it into hashtag blank.
Did you stump yourself?
Do you want me to read you the options again?
Yes, please. It's not D, so we can forget D.
Okay. Is it A, Selena Gomez and hashtag lose you to love me? B, Nick Jonas and hashtag jealous? C, Justin Bieber and hashtag love yourself? You've eliminated D on your own accord, so I won't read it.
This is hard. It really could be any of them.
I'm glad my stalking worked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hit a stride halfway through the question.
I want to know your impression of me after this, based on
There's
stalking.
one coming up that
I'm nervous.
we're very judgmental about, actually.
Fair. I'm sure it's very valid. Oh boy. What happens if I get questions wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. I'm going to go with I know I really loved Lose You to Love Me for a long time, but I'm going to go with that.
You
You are correct.
correct.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
here's a clip of
Yeah.
your favorite.
Need to lose you to love me. I gave my all and they all know it.
That little pizzicato violin just hits
Yeah,
different.
those are nice. I was never super into that song, but when I was listening to it after writing this, it's a
I think
nicely done song.
It was one of those like got too much play too quick, so I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
Type of situation. But not Ilana. Ilana could never
No.
forget about it.
Well, she almost did
She didn't.
in the
though.
context of the tweet.
All right. Well,
All right, the next one. We have two more here. February 18th, 2020. Anyone who doesn't think blank by blank is the best song of our generation is just wrong. A.
Driver's license.
no.
Well,
you got to
okay,
listen to the
fine.
options.
That's wrong, actually. But
It is wrong,
and
but we got
it's not an option.
It's not even an option.
Oh, yeah, that was 2021. Just kidding. Keep going.
A. Closer by the Chainsmokers. B. Nice for What by Drake. C. Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. And D. Memories by Maroon 5.
Closer. Oh, wait. Maybe Memories. I did have a phase with that song.
Wow, this is grueling.
Can I hear the tweet one more time?
Anyone who doesn't think blank by blank is the best song of our generation
Closer.
The answer is not Closer. It is D. Memories by Maroon 5.
This might be your worst tweet of all time.
Here's a little clip.
I love that song. I
remind-
really do. But
Our generation?
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to
Now, are you a big Maroon 5 fan?
not at all. I just love that song.
The one thing John and I think one thing we not bond over, but we both don't like that song. So that was all of your other takes that we were really looking for things that we thought were embarrassing on your Twitter, and we couldn't really find it.
You know, I had another Twitter that goes back to like middle school.
Oh,
that one is so hidden. I would probably have walked out if that's the one you found the stuff from.
Honestly, the reason why I don't like that song is because, and we discussed it last night, it's just Pachelbel's Canon in D with words.
Oh, yes. This is the classical piece. I actually have it here.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wait, did they not get, like, sued up
no,
the ass for this?
that's absolutely, like,
It's in
Holy
the
shit.
public domain.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Wow.
of songs that are Pachelbel's Canon in D.
I mean, that's like
The
that
base
song's
of
like
every hip-hop song.
150
Wow.
Yeah.
years old. But yeah. All right, John, why don't you give us the last one?
All right. On January 20th, 2021, you tweeted, blank just sang the Star-Spangled Banner of all Star-Spangled Banners. Is it A, Kelly Clarkson, B, Lady Gaga, C, Christina Aguilera, D, Aretha Franklin?
God, I have no idea.
You were quite moved by this.
Yeah, this was a big moment in your life, apparently.
Apparently.
You've heard so many Star-Spangled Banners, and you cited this one as the best one you've ever heard.
January 20th, is that too early for Super Bowl? Who sang it at the Super Bowl last year? That's the question. I mean, I imagine Super Bowl. I don't know when else I would have been watching it, but I feel like Super Bowl's in February. I love Kelly Clarkson. I'm just going to give this one to her. I don't think it's right.
I hate to bring it to you, it's not right. It was Lady Gaga at
Really?
the Biden inauguration.
Oh, yeah.
And here's a clip of that.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
Lady Gaga's got some real pipes, though.
Oh, absolutely.
does, that
Could
she does.
could sing the roof off a building.
All right, so that's our first game. One thing, when I was going through your Twitter, I noticed a poll you put up that I thought was interesting. It was, would you rather date your celebrity crush or your first crush? Celebrity crush won 70 to 30%. I was wondering where you fell on that side of, where you fell on that piece of the debate.
My first crush was Danny Phantom.
I don't know if that's possible.
That's so no, but let's take a minute and appreciate how dope that is. Could you imagine, like, in the hypothetical situation, you were like, all right, you get the choice. And you're like, I want to date Danny Phantom, and you just got to live in Danny Phantom world forever.
I remember it so vividly. I remember the previews were on before the show came out, and I just like thought he was a super cute character, and I guess I was attracted to him. And I thought it was really sweet how he didn't know what to do with his powers. Like, he didn't know what they were for. And I think this was like foreshadowing me trying to like fix people, which really
Amazing.
didn't get me anywhere in the majority of my 20s. But I think that's where it comes from. I'd go with celebrity crush, which is and has always been Nick Jonas, but I don't know that it is anymore, and I don't really know who it is, which is
As you've
awkward.
gotten older, it's like evolved effectively.
Yeah,
You think you've like evolved into Kevin Jonas phase of which,
like kind of.
That's maturity.
Honestly,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like you get to that next level of the Jonas brother, you're like, that was fun. He's
Yeah.
safe.
Who was your celebrity crush, John?
Me? Okay. I think my celebrity crush, it always like tends to change because like I really don't know, but like I think historically it's Margot Robbie.
Interesting.
I think
And yours?
I'm sort of the same. I've never been like obsessed with
Yeah, me either. I've never had
I
that.
feel like I'm more obsessed with male celebrities, honestly.
Fair.
But
I would do
Who-
anything for a night with Bruce.
Springsteen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tell me stories all night. Whisper in my ear, baby. Like
Oh, well, yeah, that's a whole different fantasy.
Alyssa's face in the corner right now is hilarious.
I said she was my celebrity crush. I never said I was in love with her. Let's all calm down.
Well, actually, this is a good point. We have our first audience member of the podcast, our first guest.
Yeah, that's right.
Alyssa.
A live audience. We've never had a live
Wow.
audience.
So if you hear anything from the Peanut Gallery,
Actually, the best part about this is Alyssa was the first guest. She loved the show so much she wanted to come back for the third episode and watch. That's the real story. Are you Our salads are here. Okay, you could go get them. Thank you.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Thanks, Alyssa.
It's great having a peanut gallery.
I know.
Yeah.
She's very useful.
So, John, do we want to go on to our second game here?
Yeah, I would love to go into our second game. Now, here's the thing, Ilana, with this game, this is a cool game.
What's
We're
it
changing it to Hey Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
The name of the game is Hey Buddy.
Hey, Harry, old buddy, old pal.
Okay? Here's how it worked. I called my close personal friend Patrick Joseph Ignatius Pitts. His real name is Pat Pitts. That's what he goes by. I called Pat Pitts, and I gave him 15 seconds or less to describe something. It is your job to figure out from the soundbite what he is describing. What, who, or like what thing it could be. It could be a person, place, thing, same as the overall game.
Cool.
But before we get into it, I need to make mention that Hey Buddy is brought to you by... Hey Buddy is brought to you by Praise Cheeses. Are you a devout Catholic with a dairy allergy? Well, look no further. Praise Cheeses is the first dairy-free cheese alternative completely designed for Catholics. Head to www.praisecheeses.net and use promo code NOTE, N-O-T-E, all capital letters, and get your first wheel of Peace Brie with you on us.
Thanks, John.
You got it.
So, are you ready for this game, Ilana?
I'm actually ready to try some Peace Brie.
Peace Brie with you.
It's very ironic because I have a deathly dairy allergy. So,
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
great sponsor for the podcast.
All right. Does it matter what orders I play these in?
No, there's no specific order.
All right. You ready for the first one?
Let's do it.
All right. This is Patrick Joseph Ignatius Pitts.
Confirmation name.
So they're twins that learned how to fly, and they created aviation.
We can play it again if you would like.
I don't think playing it again is going to help me.
So
I just
Twins
realized
who learned how to fly and
bad.
created aviation.
I just realized how bad of a description that is.
I don't know what to do with that.
There's literally one piece of information in that whole description that might help.
I think the only thing that helps is flying.
Yeah, aviation.
I mean, the only word that would relate to this that's not listed is airplane, but I don't know if he's just trying to describe people who
He's describing people.
I don't know if I even know these people.
You know, I'll give you this. Everybody in the category is people. I
Okay.
think that's fair. That's fair. I could do that.
Is this like an Are You Smarter Than a Fourth Grader? Like, I might not know who these people are.
No, you definitely know who they are.
I think.
I would bet on it. Okay.
Amelia Earhart is not a man or twin.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm not going to know this.
It's not the Lindbergh baby.
I don't even know what that means.
It's also not Captain Sully Sullenberger.
Yeah. Created aviation.
You can also pass. It's
I just don't think that this fact is in my brain.
Okay.
All right. So John, why don't you give the answer?
The answer is the Wright brothers.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They invented the airplane in North Carolina
And Kitty Hawk.
in 1903, I believe.
I have to go back to U.S. history.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
So that was your first. Now you can tell that person. I feel like you should have given a better description of who they were. It really only goes downhill from here, Ilana. I need you to
God.
understand. Just stick with me. All right. Hey, buddy. Who are we describing?
Let's hear Patrick Pitts.
Oh, the biggest plagiarizers in the world. Stuck up Harvard assholes.
Biggest plagiarizers in the world, stuck up Harvard assholes. This is going to be a tough round for me.
It would be a tough round for
Really
anybody.
sad I got that Star Spangled Banner question wrong. needed those points.
Would you like a hint?
Yes, please.
They're part of a very famous movie. They're portrayed in a very famous movie.
I'm so bad at trivia.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. No, I think there's a movie and I'm blanking. I'm having a brain fart. Yeah. God.
Do you want to describe the movie to us? Maybe we could help you along.
Is it the one?
You got it.
So bad at this.
No, you got it.
Um,
Use your words.
is it like Wolf of Wall Street?
No,
vibes?
no.
Okay.
But it's similar. There's a business.
What about the one with
think-
the housing market crash?
No, that's The Big Short, but you're
Getting
kind of getting
closer.
warmer.
I think I'm.
I think think like like Instagram or
Like the Full House daughter getting.
no. Think about like other form. Like what is Instagram?
Copying TikTok now?
No,
TikTok copying
no. What is Instagram
social
as
media?
Okay.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Can keep going.
Facebook.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, the movie is called the
Social network.
Social Network. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but who are the
Oh, I'm not gonna know their names. Are you kidding me?
Okay, well, we're gonna chalk that up to
It is the Winklevoss twins.
Yeah. No.
well, we tried.
You give me too much credit for even assuming I would know this.
Well, I'm hoping that you could get any of the next few.
So just to reiterate, the
Save that one for last.
Okay, the Winklevoss twins, they claimed that they invented Facebook
Yeah.
and Zuckerberg stole it.
Correct. They never plagiarized anything.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the descriptions we got.
Yeah, like we are not asking him to do it perfectly. I gave him 15 seconds.
All right, so here's the next one.
Some of the most punchable faces in the NFL. Their dad was the quarterback before them.
That's the whole thing.
This is gonna take me a minute. I know who it is, but it's gonna take me a second.
So I will say, he said punchable faces, so it's plural.
Yeah, I know.
I did. When I teed him
I just
up,
gotta figure
I
out
told
which
him-
one.
I teed him up and told him that he was describing it for somebody else to try to figure it out.
Wow,
He did not help.
You're gonna have to cut some of my thinking out. I
Oh,
can
no,
get. I know I can get this one.
We will for sure.
I can get it.
the edit's gonna make you look really smart.
We usually do that.
I know. It's. I'm just trying to think of like brothers in the NFL. That's not Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Rodgers because Jordan Rodgers was hardly in it.
Wow, that was a great pull.
Who is Jordan Rodgers?
Jordan Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers' loser brother.
Yeah, he was on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I know him.
He was on The Bachelor. He's like estranged from
Oh, okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
I know who it is. I just can't think of it.
Do you want a hint?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Jake's gonna give me so much shit for this. There's no other Brady, is there?
No, there's no other Brady. It's a good idea.
Okay,
though.
I'll take the hint.
Okay.
Do I get any deductions for taking
No,
hints? Great, I'll
no,
take the
absolutely
hint.
not. There are no points for the games. One of them played for a team close to here.
That doesn't.
Was on the Giants.
Yeah, it was on the Giants
That's
while we grew up.
that's not gonna help me. I know who it is. I just can't think of the name. Can I come back to it?
One of them has a giant forehead. He was on SNL a bunch. Trying to think of what.
I'm trying to think of last names. Like I want to scroll through my phone for last names. And it'll like.
Think about like any of the famous quarterbacks you know.
I know.
I'm trying to help you along.
I know. This is so embarrassing.
All right, why don't you just submit a guess? Like I said, the this is like whose line is it anyway. The points don't matter. It's
Yeah.
just
Right.
what you're getting from the answers.
Do you have a guess?
No, I literally don't have words in my brain.
Okay.
It's just so embarrassing.
It is
No. No.
Eli and Peyton
Manning.
Manning.
I'm so fucking stupid.
You did great.
Sure. That round. Wow.
It's not over yet.
It's not over. There's more.
This next one, I promise you, there's only like, I would say 1/8 of it that's useful.
Oh, great. I don't know how much was useful of the last.
None of them are useful. I didn't
right.
realize how bad he was at this.
All right, listen closely.
Wow, that's a tough challenge. Brothers, Hollywood everywhere. 2000s actor staples.
Brothers, Hollywood everywhere. 2000 actors.
The
staples.
first part was him trying to do an impression of one of them.
Hemsworth's.
Early 2000s. The first part was him trying to do an impression of them.
Oh, that's not gonna help me.
Play it again. No, it might.
Wow, that's a tough challenge. Brothers, Hollywood everywhere. 2000s actor staples.
Hollywood everywhere is crazy.
I'm so bad at this stuff. It's so
No,
embarrassing.
you're not bad. He's bad.
No, I don't even think the best clue in the world wouldn't like pull this for me.
No, I promise it probably would.
I watched 3 Ryan Reynolds movies in a row, And then I was watching a fourth one with Jake, and he was like, "Who's that actor?" I'm like, "I literally have no idea." It's a weird thing. Like, I have a problem. I'm like associating like
Okay, I understand.
names with people and faces
Okay.
with people. Not that that's an excuse. I'm just trying to think of celebrity brothers like Nick Carter and Aaron Carter. But they weren't really everywhere.
Not Hollywood everywhere.
No. Hint.
Marley and Me.
See, like I'm
Night-
watching the entire movie in my head right now, but
Night at the Museum.
Old School. Wedding Crashers.
All right. Well, would you like to submit the Hemsworth as that? Hemsworth?
yeah, let's submit my Hemsworth as a guess.
The answer is Luke and Owen Wilson. the
I was
Wilson
never gonna
brothers.
get that.
Okay.
I believe in you.
I didn't know Owen Wilson had a brother.
Yeah, he was, I mean, very early 2000s.
Yeah. All right. We have 3 more here.
Oh boy,
Hopefully.
did we?
I have hope. I have hope for at least one of the next
I
three.
want to get one.
I think you could get one.
All right. Here we go.
Just bunch of meatheads partying, thinking that vodka is equivalent to H2O.
Project X.
He didn't say anything about what they did to get famous.
These are football players.
Yeah, they're football players.
They're football players. Meathead is a great description.
Yeah, think about the quintessential meathead of the NFL.
Pass.
No.
Yes.
Come on. Party guy. Jack played with Tom Brady.
Pass.
Okay.
All right. It's the
Gronkowski brothers.
Yeah. No.
Rob Gronkowski, the quintessential
Gronk.
Gronk. Wow. Okay.
It's okay. It's gonna get better. This was actually one of the hardest games that we were gonna play. I need to be clear.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. Next.
This is gonna be impossible.
Just sad people. Just really sad, angry. They wear black a lot. Yeah.
Sad people. That's all I
He
get.
had no idea who they were. He didn't know. He had to ask me after. It's just not even. I'm gonna help you out here. They wrote fairy tales. All of the famous fairy tales.
Every single one. Well, I don't know about that, but
Pretty much all of them.
not the Little Mermaid. They didn't write that.
Pass.
No, they did write The Little Mermaid.
No, that was Hans Christian Andersen.
Oh yeah, true.
Of course.
This is the Brothers Grimm.
Great.
Okay.
Now I'm John.
Don't forget to take your notes, by the way.
I don't think I need to.
No, you do.
Okay.
John. The last one John says is the worst.
This is somehow worse than all of them. I can't stress to you enough. I don't know who he thought I asked him to.
Watch me get this one.
Well, I do know who I thought he asked him to describe, but
All
it's
right.
not the right person.
Royalty, one is on this. No, can't say that. One is dead and the other is alive, I think.
No, we have to leave this. We have to. Alyssa, we have to. This is the game. But it's the game. We'll help when.
I think it'll be really impressive if I get 0 correct. And I don't think any other guest is going to do that. So that will be my claim to fame.
I love that.
And make me even more of an interesting person.
You are
in
the
this
first
world.
person to ever play this game.
Yeah, you're the first person to ever play this game.
Needed a
I will tell.
handicap.
Now I'll give you the hint that Alyssa wanted me to give you is that both of them are actually alive. I don't know who he thought.
And they are royalty.
They are royalty.
They are
That is
royalty.
correct.
So that's the only clue, royalty and brothers. Is it Harry and William?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wanted to get them all wrong.
Yeah, she did it.
That was part of my plan. I actually knew all the answers.
Oh no.
Okay, cool. So that was
Interesting.
Painful.
interesting.
No, it's perfect. He's the best one at them now because
Totally.
he's so bad at it. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. So going to like your notes now.
Yeah.
Are you seeing trends?
Yes.
You're seeing some trends.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It's important.
Hey, we said you can look, but you better not touch.
Sorry.
True.
It's so tempting.
So, Ilana, you live with your boyfriend now. When you started your podcast, were you single or were you already in this relationship?
I was single. I met Jake a month into the podcast.
Okay, so you really got to live through. People got to witness your transformation, your shift from being single to being in a relationship live on the podcast. Do you think that was cool for listeners to experience? It must have felt very real.
I do think it was cool for people to experience. I think one thing that I have always been really intentional about is I never want people to look at me and my content or me and my podcast, my relationship, and be like, oh, wow, like, must be nice. Like, she has it so easy. She has everything she wants. It's like, let me tell you how much I struggled. And if you don't believe me, there is all the content in the world about it. And so I do think it is really cool, hearing that journey live. And being able to look back and people to listen kind of in that moment of me talking about going on other dates with guys and then eventually talking about him and kind of seeing that progression happen.
Right. No, but you have really interesting history with Jake because he DM'd you on Hinge a while before you guys actually went out.
So, yeah, crazy story. So we matched in the beginning of January of 2021 and we chatted and I texted a friend who was a mutual friend and I stalked him on Facebook, all that. And I was like, what's this guy Jake's deal? And she was like, Ilana, scroll up in our text. We just had this conversation a few months ago. And I scrolled up and I literally screenshotted that same picture from Hinge and texted my friend Helena and said, what's this guy's deal? And she told me like, he's so great, gives me this whole like story about how nice he is and how wonderful he is. And I didn't do anything about it. And so I'm like, oh, wow, okay, I'll talk to him. So we chat and, because COVID, like there's literally no vaccine yet. I was like, I can't see you for like 6 weeks because I'm going back and forth with my parents. Sorry. And he didn't think I was ever going to reach out, but I said I would. And I did in the beginning of February. And that's when we went on our date. But I was recently looking back to find those conversations with Helena about Jake. And I realized not only did we match in October, we had previously matched in March.
Whoa.
Of 2020. So we literally had to match 3 times. And he messaged me in January and I didn't answer. And he followed up and said, hey, figured I'd try this again. And that is when I sent the text to Helena saying, should I talk to this guy? She was like, Ilana, you're an idiot. Yes.
Oh my God.
And here we are 2 years later.
Did he ever find it strange that or did it take any getting used to for him that you actively talk about dating and relationships regularly, and he was now in the
part of it,
in the bubble?
He was really supportive from the beginning. Where after our first date, he started listening every single time an episode would come out, and he'd get excited for what guests I was having on, and it felt really special to know that he was just supportive. That being said, like, I didn't talk about him for a while until he literally texted me one day or like in person. He was like, are you going to talk about me on the podcast ever? And I was like, oh, okay, green light, I can. But yeah, it was really interesting. I remember there was this episode with a breakup coach. And in the beginning of the podcast, I had a co-host. And my co-host, Jonah, literally said, like, to anyone out there who's trying to date Ilana, don't, because she's not over her ex. And that episode was recorded and aired after me and Jake started going on dates.
Oh, man.
And so he's sitting there probably thinking like, what am I getting myself into? Like, is there truth to this? Like, do I believe it? Do I not? So I'm sure it was like a really bizarre experience for him, but I'm glad that he really just like, it was what was happening in person. What I was expressing to him is what carried the most weight.
Interesting. I couldn't imagine. I mean, actually, I just went on Alyssa's podcast and talked about our dating and relationship, so I can't imagine.
And you also met her on television.
Television,
so,
yeah. Pretending to be my mom.
I guess you can imagine.
I can imagine all of it.
You don't even have to imagine it.
No,
yeah,
no.
I just live it. I live it all the time.
So on a related note, I think we could get to our third game.
Hey.
That's right. Nice. Yeah.
That transition, though.
Our goal is to do that every time.
I love it.
So this game is called Oddball Odds.
All I could think of was, what are the odds?
Before we start, John, a word from our sponsors.
Thanks, Chris. This game is brought to you by Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Sprechen Sie Deutsch is the first AI-developed language tutor taught entirely in German. Want to learn Spanish, but in German? How about Mandarin, but in German? Sign up with promo code RELATED and get 3 free classes on us.
Somebody just pointed out to us that it's interesting we called it on a related note because John and I are both related, and we didn't even realize it.
Yeah, we didn't even do that on purpose.
So this game it's going to sound complicated, but
I don't even have it in front of me. So yeah,
it's not. You're going to be competing against John in this one.
Oh boy.
So you're going to be
screwed.
You're going to be given a list of facts, and some of which are real, some of which are fake. You're going to have to guess if the fact is true or the statement is true, and then assign it a score between 1 and 10 for how confident you are. If you are correct, that's how many points you get. So, for example, if I said to John, George Washington was the first president, he's going to write down what he thinks.
Yeah.
He thinks it's true. He's very confident. He gives it a 10. It is true. John's going to get 10 points for that. If that were not a true fact and he put down 10, he would lose 10 points. So if you're not confident, you have to assign a small amount of points.
I'm terrified right now, shaking in my boots.
But do you understand the premise?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. So the only thing is you just have to write true or false and then a score, just so I know you're not making it up. Because one of you is going to have to speak it aloud first.
Okay, got it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, ready for number 1?
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus's middle name, Ray, was chosen in honor of her godmother, Rachel Ray, her mother's childhood best friend. After you finish writing, John, why don't you let me know what you think first?
I said false, and I put 4 points on it.
Okay, and Ilana?
False, 10 points.
10 points. It is false.
Wow, takes a strong lead.
Woo!
So 10 points for Ilana, 4 points for John. John, both of you just keep track of your own scores.
Okay.
The truth is, her godmother is Dolly Parton, and her middle name is after her grandfather, Ronald Ray Cyrus, who was a Democratic politician.
Learn
Wow.
something new every day.
This is news.
Number 2, all 5 of these people have been co-hosts of the television show The View. Whoopi Goldberg, Rosie O'Donnell, Raven Simone, Nicole Byer, Barbara Walters, and Kathy Griffin. If you need me to repeat that, I will. Okay, I guess no one needs a repeat.
I don't think so.
All right, Ilana, why don't you start first here?
False, 5.
Okay,
I said false 4.
It is indeed false. Kathy Griffin and Nicole Byer have never hosted The View.
But Raven has?
Raven has.
That's
the
the
one
one
that
that
threw
made me go
Yeah, that's the one that threw
south.
me.
So John is at 8 points. Ilana, you are at 15.
Woo!
Number 3.
Yeah. Okay.
3 years before starring in the How I Met Your Mother spinoff called How I Met Your Father, Hilary Duff married Matthew Coma, one of the songwriters behind Zed's classic song Clarity. As a reminder, in case you are out of touch with popular culture, here is a clip of Clarity.
How could you forget this song? Chasing relentlessly, still fighting,
And I
I
don't
don't
know
know why. If
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, what do you think?
I said true, and I put 9 points on it.
Okay, Ilana?
I said true. I put 10, and I already gave myself the 10 points because I know for a absolute fact it is
It
true.
is indeed true. Wow.
Jeez. All right, well, I'm glad I put 9. At least I didn't go that far behind.
I'm obsessed with Hilary Duff. Always have been, obviously. Why wouldn't anyone be? But I have always actually loved Matthew Coma. I found this out that he wrote that. I loved that song, and I started listening to all of these other songs, and he has this incredible voice. And I was just obsessed with him. And then they got married, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to be their third wheel or their babysitter.
Were you a Lizzie McGuire? Were you a Hilary Duff fan from the Lizzie McGuire days?
Totally.
Okay.
I knew nothing about that.
And
I'm so sorry for you.
Thank you.
Matthew Coma sings on the song "Wasted."
Oh, really?
He has a very high voice, right?
Yeah.
Wait. So John, you are at 17 points.
Yes.
25.
Okay. Getting nervous, John?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Now John's shaking in his boots.
All right. Number 4. Demi Lovato's mother is a former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
This is like what it was like when Tommy got the Disney songs, right? Okay.
All right, Ilana. Well, we'll wait for. Ilana?
I'm going false 8.
Okay, John.
I went true 10 because I figured I had to make a move here.
It is true.
Shut up!
So that's -8 points for Ilana and 10 points for John.
What a swing!
Wow.
So then now we are at.
I work for a gambling company, ladies
I
and
mean, I
gentlemen.
know she's from Dallas, but
What's the score here?
I have 27.
damn, now I have less than that.
You have 17.
17.
A 10-point swing.
All right, this is the last round.
Oh, come on.
But I can't bet nothing. I can't bet 0. You have to remember that.
You have to bet at least one. Wait, what do you have? 27?
27.
Oh, she has
I need to win
17.
and he needs to lose.
She
Yeah.
needs to get 10 points, and I need to lose 1.
A few years after being diagnosed with lupus, Selena
Selena
Gomez
Gomez.
received a kidney transplant from her close friend Katy Perry.
Fucking Christ.
This is oddball odds for you, John.
Oh, man. I'm going to go with my gut.
All right, John.
I said true for 1 point.
It is false.
No!
Alana, what did you wager?
10.
So that brings you to
Are we tied?
27.
No,
and John
I
to
lost.
26.
Wow.
I had to wager 1 point.
And I can get bonus points. She got it from, I forget her name, but she's the best friend of Hilary Duff on How I Met Your Father.
Fucking Christ.
Yes.
Not that there are bonus points, but
She received the transplant from actress, I might mispronounce this, Francia Raisa, who has appeared in How I Met Your Father, Bring It On, and The Secret Life of the American Teenager.
it's funny how my brain works. Like, I was, other than the Demi Lovato thing, like, I knew most of these as opposed to the last round of facts where I knew literally nothing.
So,
Yeah, Pitts didn't help.
yeah, you were really at a disadvantage.
But even with the descriptions, like, if you had basically handed the things to me, I didn't have the answers.
I have a question for you. So, you used to. I work in the music industry. I work for a music streaming service called Audio Mac.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. What ended up turning you off from the music industry?
A few things. I really, like I said before, like, I wanted to work in music because I wanted to help people. Music helped me so much growing up. Like, it was the biggest part of my life. It was one of my biggest passions. And I, met so many incredible people through our shared love for music. I felt understood by my favorite artists and bands and songs. And I wanted to help other people, fall in love with music the same way I did by feeling really connected to those artists and to their favorite musicians. And I knew, like, obviously, like, you go into the entertainment industry, like, everybody's seen Entourage and shows like that, where it's like, that there's a lot of bullshit that goes on in
Right.
these businesses. But, I was sitting there as a 21-year-old next to my, like, 30-year-old coworkers who, they were still living paycheck to paycheck, and they were just as unhappy as I was. And they were no closer to accomplishing their goals or feeling fulfilled. And we were basically doing the same thing. They just had a better title and had a little more responsibility, but I didn't see myself being happy if I ended up being like them. And that was a really tough pill for me to swallow because I was so passionate about music and I wanted the pieces to fit together for so long. But it seemed very unlikely that I was going to be able to accomplish the things I wanted to accomplish in music without, making huge life changes, like moving to LA. Like, there were like dream job offers that I had where, again, like, I don't believe there's such thing as a dream job, but things that seemed like I could get a little closer to, like, working on management teams and stuff. But I just, even thinking about those things, like, it was always going to be about somebody else and never really about the fans and about the music.
Right.
And that made me really sad.
So,
Jeez.
how did you end up going from that to working at Hinge?
So at some point, I ended up working with a band, and the band had 2 guys in it, and I ended up secretly dating one of the guys for like almost a year.
Can we know the band? Or
No, you can't.
Okay.
And it was
it Simon and Garfunkel?
How'd you know?
No, sorry.
And-
Go
Definitely Garfunkel.
It was one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. It was a really toxic and unhealthy relationship, but I was also literally kept a secret. And so there would be times where, like, we'd be spending time together and the other one would come over and, I'd be like hiding in the closet or in the laundry room. Or we'd be like going in a fight or like have ended things or something, but we're still on now like road trips to go to shows and staying in the same hotel room and spending the night together or in record label meetings. And I have to pretend like nothing ever happened. And I have to pretend like I'm okay when I'm not. So I was going to the bathroom hysterically crying. And it was so painful for me to go through this. And, this like, for a while, this seemed like the next phase of my career. Like I was literally going to move to LA with these guys. And it was just such a hard thing where between that and everything I was feeling about the music industry, I just got to a breaking point where I was like, I'm not okay. And I need to get as far away from music as possible. And so I was just applying to literally any job I could find for like 6 months, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wasn't excited about any of it. And it was really hard for me because literally like all of my experience up until that point was in music. So it was weird to make that transition and to convince somebody else in another industry, like, yeah, I know I've only done this one thing, but I can do other things. And, I was applying to I applied to 3-year rotational programs where I'd have to do like a year of finance. And I haven't taken math since high school. I was literally going on dates with guys and then asking them and or their roommates to do my application projects for me because I did not know what I was doing. And I really the stars aligned and this job opened up at Hinge. And I was like, wow, if I could use my skills to help a single person not end up feeling this way that I'm feeling right now because of what happened in my dating life, that would make it all worth it.
It's really a beautiful story.
Yeah, and now
a lot of tears.
And now you're influencing it all on your own, not in conjunction with a company of any sort.
Yeah.
Do people ever ask you, for the inside tips on how Hinge works, and do you still
all
ever
the time
talk about stuff like that?
I mean, there's obviously stuff that I can't publicly say, but there is stuff that is very public knowledge that I am allowed to say. And I think, Hinge or any other dating app, they all work pretty much the same, but there are definitely a lot of things that people are doing wrong on apps that are not helping them. And there are a lot of big changes that people can be making to attract the right people, to give themselves a better chance at getting swiped right on or having somebody match with them or leading to a better conversation that would lead to a date. So there are a lot of very simple, actionable things that people are just missing.
And do the Hinge people care that you now have a podcast that competes with one that you created for them?
No, when I lost my job, so I actually got let go.
Okay.
They decided to shut down social media. So they just removed my job. It's not like they didn't replace me. You can look at the Hinge Instagram. There has not been a single thing posted. They wiped everything and it's been blank since November 2020.
Wow.
When I got let go.
That's crazy.
And with that, they also deleted the podcast and all the clips.
Okay.
Everything I spent 2 years doing is disappeared into thin air.
Whoa.
So no, they don't care.
So now you're the boss, right?
Now I'm the boss.
That's crazy. Good for you.
Yeah. So do you want to get to our last game here, John?
Let's do it, Chris. This game is called You Be the Judge.
Court dismissed! Bring in the dancing lobsters!
All right, Ilana? That's what it is. You
I
be
will
the
be the
judge.
judge.
You got it? You will be the judge.
And the jury.
First, a word from our sponsors. Ilana, this is actually, we had our ad guy get this last one. This is specifically for you. Hey, let me get this right. You Be the Judge is brought to you by Reconnected. Reconnected. Are you or someone you know a divorcee on the prowl? Well, you should check out Reconnected, the first dating app by divorced people for divorced people. Sign up with promo code SADCHIMP, that's SADCHIMP, for a free trial of their premium version.
Well, thank you, John. So the way this game works is we're going to read you the description of a real court case, and you need to guess how the case was decided. There are 4 cases here. If you get 2 or more right, we will give you a bonus clue. Before you guess who our secret code word is.
Correct. So let's go with case number 1, Ilana. Are you ready to be the judge?
I am ready to be the judge.
On a related note, let's get to it. Case number 1. A woman in Hackensack, New Jersey, filed a lawsuit against Home Depot after being, quote, assaulted by a mouse in one of its stores. She was hospitalized and claims she, quote, now grabs her neck because she feels there is something there, and she suffers from nightmares that a mouse might be endangering her life, and she, quote, looks for mice on her plate when eating. How did it end? Did she win the suit, or did Home Depot come out on top?
I really hope Home Depot came out on top.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
I am heartbroken to tell you the woman won and received an undisclosed amount of money for her trauma.
Shut up.
So you're 0 for 1 from the jump from a mouse attack at a Home Depot in
But
Hackensack.
there's three more.
There's
here.
3 more. You gotta turn it on here. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. I mean, I felt really confident about that one. I'm very upset to hear the outcome.
I did deep research for these. Case number 2. For the past few years, scores of businesses have been sued under New Jersey's Truth in Consumer Contract Warranty and Notice Act, TCCWNA. This year, a case alleging missing drink prices on menus is a TCCWNA violation, and it made it all the way to the New Jersey Supreme Court. The attorney involved in this claimed that the suit was worth billions, yes, billions of dollars. How did it end? Did the customers saying that drink menu prices should be on every menu end up winning and getting drink menu prices on every menu? Or did the TCCWNA basically tell them to kick rocks?
And just for clarification, this is like...
Diner menus, things like that.
Yeah, it says just like Coke or orange juice, but it doesn't have a price next to it. So why don't you walk us through what you're thinking here?
I don't really know what I'm thinking. I understand, like, that does stress me out too when there are no prices on menu items. Even, I'll look online at a restaurant. I know what stresses me out is not the point here, but I want to know what I'm buying, especially at a restaurant. Like, you're ordering it, you have to know. I'm gonna say the people won this.
But before we tell you, this is specifically just for the drinks, right?
Just drinks.
Just drinks.
I mean, you interjecting now is making me think
I'm
wrong.
I'm just making sure you understand the facts of the case.
I think I stand with the people.
Unfortunately, not the world didn't. The TCCWNA won. The court disagreed and put the brakes on the runway train of the TCCWNA litigation. Ilana, you have to go 2 for 2 to get your bonus clue. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
2 for 2 in the last 2. Case number 3. A man in New Milford, New Jersey, sued the owners of an apartment building after he tripped on a Christmas tree that was, quote, recklessly, carelessly, and or negligently discarded on its premises. He claims the experience has caused him, quote, great pain and torment, both mental and physical. I need to follow up that I Googled this case even further to find an article about it, stating that it happened in March 12th, 2015, 3 months after Christmas. Did the man win the suit, or did the apartment building win the suit?
I should have listened to my mom and went to law school.
You probably would have made a lot of money working on this case.
Yeah, this would have been wild.
I feel like injuries happen. I'm sure he, in his contract, when he signed his lease or whatever, like I signed my lease and...
Now, wait. I need to, because you're going down a rabbit hole that's not a part of the case.
Okay.
He did not live in this apartment. He was walking past this apartment building.
He sued the owners.
He sued the owners of the apartment building for them throwing out their trash and him falling over it.
And the trash being a Christmas tree.
And it being in a negligible place.
I don't think he wins.
Is that your final answer?
Oh no, your eyes are making me question this, but I don't know what kind of eyes they are.
Would you like to lock in that answer, or would you like to switch?
Oh boy. I want my bonus clue. Well, but does the apartment building have an agreement with the state of where they're going to discard their
trees?
That's the other thing. It's a tree. Like, a tree could fall anywhere. A tree could, it's a plant. God.
This is why they're lawyers, I guess.
It's true.
Yeah. Man, 3 years of law school makes sense. No wonder they get paid the big bucks. I'm going to go with the guy did not win.
Unfortunately, Ilana, the man won, receiving a settlement of over $125,000 for medical and mental expenses. So you will not be receiving your bonus clue.
Would you still like to do the fourth case?
Yeah.
For fun.
Redemption story.
Case number 4. Amusement park rides are supposed to make you dizzy, right? Not according to the parents of a child who lost his balance and hit his head after getting off the Bugs Bunny Camp Carousel at Six Flags in Jackson, New Jersey. They are suing Six Flags Great Adventure for $75,000 for their son's alleged injuries. The real kicker? is that the child's dizzy spell happened 4 years prior to the lawsuit being filed. Did the child and his family win the case, or did Six Flags tell him to kick rocks, Ilana?
Six Flags told him to kick rocks.
I wish you didn't say that, because the child and his family won the case, and they were compensated $75,000, the money they had asked for. If there's anything anybody can take away from this game is that our legal system is ass backwards, ladies and gentlemen.
Or that maybe we should start suing for more random things, because we'd apparently get a lot of money out of it.
I'm actually, it's just as impressive that you chose the wrong side than if you had chosen the right side for all of them.
That's true.
Maybe it's just where my moral conscience lies.
Maybe society's morality is wrong and yours is right.
Yeah,
Maybe Ilana should be making legal decisions for the country.
Vote Ilana Dunn
2026? 2026?
I'm not old enough.
2024? Oh.
Maybe like 2038 or something.
Okay. Well, we'll wait.
We'll wait. I'll announce
We'll
my
start
campaign.
This is the campaign.
Exclusively later on this podcast.
On a related note.
All right,
on a related note.
So you've made it through all 4 games. You're going to have to submit your guess for who the secret person is. But let's first talk about what went on in each of the games. And, we just want you to think out loud. Segment 1, in your own words, we read tweets. Did you find, and do you think there was any commonality between all of those tweets?
I do. A lot of them had to do with music, and a lot of them had to do with like pop singers.
Okay. 2,
Okay.
Hey Buddy, probably the
All
hardest
brothers.
game. Brothers. 3, Oddball Odds.
Many of the people mentioned also were Disney stars, and Disney stars. Let's go with that.
Okay.
And 4, you be the judge.
New Jersey.
Okay. So you seem very confident in every part of it. A reminder that the code word is a person.
Yep.
A single person.
Yep.
It is a person.
A single person.
Not a people.
Yeah,
Not a people.
It would have been highlighted had it been like more than one, I think, right? We could do that.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Nick Jonas.
Ilana, congratulations. You won the calendar.
Oh, we're going to turn the volume down on that.
Oh.
Yay!
You won on a related note. Ilana, you were absolutely correct. Chris, talk her through everything one more time.
Yeah, you got everything pretty much spot on. We got a bunch of music tweets from you. Game 2, all brothers. Nick Jonas is a Jonas brother. Number 3, Oddball Odds, all Disney Channel people that became adult stars. Nick Jonas was a Disney Channel star. We all remember the classic show Jonas. And
followed by Jonas LA.
And 4, they were all cases in New Jersey. The Jonas Brothers are from the great
Wyckoff,
state.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
We did, after we decided it was Nick Jonas, we asked Alyssa, and she did confirm that you are a huge Nick Jonas fan. And you mentioned earlier that he's not your favorite anymore.
You confirmed on the podcast he was a celebrity crush, too.
He was.
It's crazy how that works out.
What happened?
What happened is, so I actually worked with the Jonas Brothers for a period of time, and in that I got to spend time with them, and as I got to know him and them, it just like, they just became people to me. And I really, truly believe, like, don't meet your celebrity crush, like, don't meet your...
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, like don't meet that person, because 9 out of 10 times you're going to realize they're just a person, and it kind of takes that like sparkle away.
Okay.
Takes the air
And so
out
it's
of
been
it.
a really big internal battle for me on like who is my celebrity crush. But now, yes, they're still celebrities to me, but they kind of are just people at the same time.
Right.
So it really is tough for me to figure out like who replaces them in that, because really like there's nobody that I would consider to be more of a celebrity crush, but I don't think of them as celebrities to me.
Interesting.
Wow.
Well, we're glad we chose Nick Jonas for you then,
It
even though the
seems like-
sparkle,
This brought the sparkle back.
Really?
The calendar.
The calendar of John?
That's-
the sparkle. Okay, that's interesting.
Wait, I need to know what happens after. Oh, it goes till 2022. Okay,
Sort of.
So if you wait like 25 years,
I'll be able to use
the
it.
calendar will line up again.
Hang it up in your
Can I
future
get
home.
the origin story of this?
Yeah, I play in a volleyball tournament almost every summer, and I had my friend Brennan's girlfriend, well, now fiance, take pictures of me for this calendar just cause, and that was it. That's really the whole
He
story.
got too many made, so that we had.
I actually sold a couple of them.
Oh,
at
I was
comedy
hoping
shows.
this was like the OG, like only one in existence.
No, I think that might be the original one though.
Can you sign it?
Yeah, of course. That being said, Ilana, we want to let you know, thank you for coming on the show, but also can you let the people know where they could find you and where they should be looking for you?
I'm really sad that this is over. This was so fun. Thank you guys for having me. Yes, you guys can check out the podcast, Seeing Other People, wherever you listen to podcasts. Ooh, we got that autograph. And you can follow me on Instagram at Seeing Other People and on TikTok at Ilanna Dunn, ILANADUNN.
Oh, wow. Seasoned veteran of the pitch game, of the plug yourself there.
On a related
Done in a
note,
time or two.
we had a ton of fun too, and we hope to have you back sometime. So thank you, Ilana.
I am going to study so hard all the facts in the world.
All the facts
Next
in the
time,
world.
it's just going to be Pat Pitts reading all the.
Yeah, that's it. Pat Pitts reads every clue on this holiday special version of On a Related Note. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of On a Related Note. I'm John.
I'm Chris.
And we'll catch you next time on a Related Note.
On a related note, this is a song that we wrote. Now let's get to the podcast.